Hey everyone, how we doing? Matt here. First day in Pennsylvania. I'm super excited. Doing some drives and stuff back in an area I went to, what was that, 4 or 5 years ago now actually, which is kind of interesting. So I'm very excited. The first place we went to, we had a little bit of an altercation with a guy who thinks he owns the land, but he doesn't, and so the game warden's on his way now to sort that out. But we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to keep on going, and see how we get going here. But man, it's so cool to be back. It's been, I think it's 5 years, and it's just like I've never left really. So super excited. The filming is going to be a little sporadic for the drives and stuff. I don't want to bring too much gear around, so there's going to be a lot of GoPro stuff, which is cool because you get the POV of it and all that. But yeah, let's see what PA delivers today. It was crazy. It was coming up and there's a doe looking straight at me 10 yards away. There's never ever going to be a shot there, but I kind of just hope maybe she stood sideways for a split second. So it's pretty funny. Now this part's interesting because it's a really steep hill. So kind of then it wraps around. I'm not really sure where to sit myself here, but this is what we're going to try.
But I was not ready at all.
That was crazy. Oh, it was awesome. 5 big does and I think 2 fawns. That was a quick count. Came right up, but they stood in the person's yard there, and I drew hoping that they'd come down the hill. They didn't. They just turned around and went back. But that's very cool. Off to a good start. I probably could have shot a fawn. They were still just hanging over there, but yeah, that's okay. It's we're off to a good start. Which has changed direction now. I'm on like a corner here, and Nick's gonna go and drive it this way towards me now, so we'll see how that goes.
The day's only just started and things are gonna get better and better.
Drive 2. Let's see, nothing came through in that last one.
I'm about to see 2 bucks in one drive.
Burp. Burp. I don't know if the GoPro turned on. I just had some does run past her. Unfortunately, she stopped facing away from me. Like 90 degrees away from me, so there was no shot there. Little buck as well.
This buck was actually quite nice. I thought the drive was over and Nick was coming through, and this buck completely took me by surprise. It's a good little reminder to always be paying attention. The drives progressed and we went to some really nice looking spots. The thing on my mind is always, where do I actually sit? Usually you can see a pretty well used trail, and I try to not sit exactly on top of it, 15 to 20 yards off it. But in this one here you can see I'm sitting on some stairs, and the trails are actually above and below me, and I've kind of put myself in the middle in the hopes that it's a good spot, but the deer have other ideas. However, everything happens for a reason, and these deer didn't spook that bad, and would head up to Jim, who's Nick's father. That's Nick there, by the way, on the back of the truck with me. Absolute legend. And Jim ended up making a really nice shot on a doe, which we're heading to recover right now.
Gotcha.
Decent sized button buck. I didn't see any buttons.
Congratulations, Jim. Well deserved, buddy. Day 2, however, for me, was not my best day.
Good morning, everybody. Day 2, more drives today. I have woke up feeling really ass. I had a massive headache this morning. Now I feel kind of like I need to throw up a little bit, but yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. So I'm just in the process of finding myself where to sit for the morning. Kind of thinking maybe like see this tree here, sort of behind that or something, or maybe this clump of trees here, because they're supposed to come through here down this valley. Let's see. Gotta try and sort myself out first, really. Not feeling good.
Whenever you get to a new spot, make sure you clear all the leaf litter and dry sticks and things before the drive starts. I know you're making noise, but it's much better to make it now than when the animal's on top of you. The morning was rough, but I did start to feel much better. But it wasn't until later in the morning, after the cloud had lifted, that we managed to start seeing some deer. The morning progressed, but we didn't get to see any more deer. However, that evening, the only way I could describe it is a mini buck train. So the property that we're going to is owned by an absolute champion called Matt Dyer, who heard I was in town and jumped at the chance for me to come and hunt on his property. Matt, I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot, bud. So here we are set up. It's about 3 o'clock. You can hear the motorbikes going in the background, but
You know, the deer are going to be used to that. It's obviously a motocross track somewhere over there. But sitting up on this ridge line here, a really nice spot where, as we scouted through this morning, we saw about 4 bucks. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's like right on the edge of like a nice little farm property. Some wheat and stuff still in up on the hill there. Lots of acorns, lots of bedding, and yeah, it's supposed to be a really good spot. So I'm looking forward to that. Pretty cool. I'm sitting on the new Predator V or 5 platform. So far it feels quite nice actually. I don't notice the harsh like because of the roll on it. It does make a bit of a difference to my heels actually, so it's quite nice. I didn't really think it would, but I have only been in it for, I don't know, 20 minutes now too, so let's see how we get on for the rest of the sit. But yeah, it's going to be a little challenging to film with my main camera because the lens is a little bit too big. So I've got the GoPro as like per the drives, so we'll see how we go.
And about an hour later, a first little spike turned up. As mentioned before, this night is pretty incredible and nothing but bucks come past me until darkness.
Sunshine story, but that peaceful life ain't for me. The harshest gales call out from the tree.
This next buck, what do you guys think? Like, I almost honestly shot it, and I still to this day wonder if I should have or not.
Come home again, don't need your safe and sound. Let the rain come down.
Honestly, my gut told me he was way too young, and he was going to be a fantastic buck in a few years' time. That was my thought process. Love to hear what you guys thought.
Sirens ring and run for shelter. I will chase that storm forever. The harshest gales call out from the trees, like they can sense the reckless in me. And when the clouds roll in, feels like I'm home again. Don't need your safe and sound.
This guy hadn't even finished passing through, and the next one started coming in.
Come down. So let the rain come down. Let the rain come down.
Now for a Kiwi guy, this night was awesome. I've never seen so many deer come underneath my saddle ever in one night. Sadly, as you've seen, they're all too young, but nevertheless it's still very exciting for me. The next part, actually, I can hear something coming, but I don't know what it is. As you can see, it's really dark, and I know that the big bucks come out right on last slide, so I get super excited. As you can see though, it was just a doe. Now I do actually have 3 doe tags in my pocket, so I'm starting to think about taking this one, but I can still hear other footsteps behind her, and so I wait. And luckily for me, she has a really young fawn with her still. I think it must have been born a little bit late, so I'm very pleased that I didn't take any shots. I was still pretty sure that I could hear something else in the bushes. However, there had been squirrels around all night, but usually by this time in the evening, they had stopped moving. But it was another buck, and this one was really tempting to have a shot at. Obviously, I didn't stop him, and if he had stopped, maybe I would have had a shot. But something in my mind was just telling me no.
Monday, 11th of November, just before 11 o'clock in the morning. So we had a little bit of a slow start this morning after a few too many adult beverages last night. because you can't hunt on Sundays. So we had a great time just sitting inside. It was hammering down with rain and stuff, so it's very cool. But today I'm going down. This is on Matt's property again. You saw the other night with those bucks and stuff coming out, so this one's going to be pretty cool. It's the same property but just down in the valley here more. So we saw some bucks chasing does on the way in, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going to try some rattling today too. Haven't really had much success with that, but have been told that it does work here, so see how we get on. Should be pretty cool fun. Back up on the ridge here again now. It's a beautiful afternoon. It's a bit windy and stuff like that. The wind's going the opposite direction this time, but it should be still sweet for what I'm trying to do. Nick and stuff are going to set up in that tower, which is underneath the tower, in a blind, because his daughter Maddie is going to try and get her first buck, which is pretty cool because obviously we watch them come out and then go into the field there, so hopefully that is good for her. But yeah, feeling good. It was nice to be out today. I didn't see, saw a few doe and things walking around, but no bucks. Rattling didn't do anything, but like I had a rattle or call, and then those doe were just chilling out eating there, so it wasn't spooking anything either. But yeah, it's just before 4 o'clock now. We've got about hour and a half, hour 45 minutes until it's dark now, so let's see how we get on.
Now, I had almost had the polar opposite experience. I saw a couple of deer right at last light, but that was a doe and she was getting chased around by a younger buck, and there was never a shot opportunity. But Maddie, on the other hand here, manages to get her first deer. Come and have a look.
Well, like just at night, you mean, or?
During the day and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Like right towards the afternoon.
Yeah, come over here a little bit.
And
See that eyeball? Right there? See that eyeball? That's your deer.
Good stuff, Maddie.
not get far at all.
Let's pick them up and get a picture with them. Say a little prayer for God.
Thank you, God. Amen.
You excited? It's all Pappy Jam.
He'll answer. Looks good coming down through here.
I shot it!
That's so awesome. You found her yet?
Yeah!
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah! It's a button buck!
A button buck.
Uh-huh! I smoked them! Loins for dinner! I get beef jerky, I get beef jerky, yeah, yeah.
Maddie's on the board.
What?
You said you're on the board.
Yeah!
We need to fill this tag out.
What one?
Antlered.
Yeah,
Oh,
next is
yeah.
that big buck.
How do you feel, Maddie?
Awesome!
Congratulations.
Thank you!
Not
Feels
bad.
like a puppy.
Not bad for a turd bird. Such a cool experience to be part of. Thanks for that, Nick, and congratulations again, Maddie.
Alright, this is a cool drive. This is where we tried to do on Monday, but we got a guy harassing us. This is actually the exact same spot I just shot my doe last time, but with a crossbow, so let's see how we go. It's quite a narrow little spot here, so I should have a bit of luck hopefully, as long as they come around.
Now, I did see one deer, but she decided to stay as high and far away from me as possible. I think she was just a little fawn anyway.
They're coming up here. I've jumped a little fawn up.
Now, this is actually the same ridgeline where we saw all those does and the fawns in the very first day on the very first drive. I have, however, moved around the other side of the ridge. So if you look at the ridge Now I'm on the left hand side. Before I was on the right hand side.
Damn it. Damn, it's one deer. It's a good shot. I can see the arrow there. It's covered in blood. But the GoPro didn't turn on. Damn it. All right, I'm gonna go and have a look at this deer. Pretty sure it was a good shot, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's just here, look. Oh, that's coated. Look at the arrow. So it went up, and last time I saw it was up there. So, but that, I mean, it should be toast. So, see what happens. I think it went like that way to start with, but then you see the blood there? Yeah, cool. Because last time I saw it was right here. So, huh? It's leaking? Good. Yeah, last time I saw it stood for a second here. Got it there. Okay, oh yeah, good stuff. Yeah, look at all the bubbles in that. There it is. Good shit, buddy. Yeah!
Every time you show up, smiling and
Cool. Allegheny, how do you spell that?
L-L-E-G-H-A-N-Y.
G-H-A-L-N-Y?
Elizabeth Township.
Yeah, it was good. I came through. Yeah, I'm gonna keep.
Now you broke the ice. It's time for a buck.
Exactly.
What an awesome way to hunt, eh? Of all the things I do over the world, this is one of my favorite things. It's so good to catch up with Nick, Jim, Dave, Matt, and Shawn. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. This is only part one. There's lots more action to come. Have a look at this. We'll see you next time.
Kick off your shoes, but you're not in a hurry. Sing as you walk and jumping up in the air. You hold me tight and say that you love me. Every thought that I have just got blown away.
And I couldn't be happy. My first American whitetail, and it's beautiful, man. Look at this guy.